Old dads and husbands make me happy. So
what does your mum think about the fact that are they together still?
Yeah.
Okay. Your dad going and fucking someone else. What's her opinion on your opinion of that?
So if my mum wasn't pleasing him, I'd say, what do you expect?
Right. Fair.
Like, he's paying the bills, he's working hard. If you're not doing the bare minimum, he's going to be going elsewhere. Like, and I've got friends that I can recommend.
At least a ball tickle.
Exactly.
At least, yeah.
Maybe a cheeky rim job.
Well.
But, so yeah, if that was the case, I'm like, look, what do you expect? Like, I don't know why some people are so shocked when their partners cheat. I'm like, having sex is a big part of any relationship. And I think women too often go, oh, we don't have a big sex drive anymore. But
because they've been together a long time.
Yeah, like they just include their partner in that. It's like, I can guarantee you he's going down the pub saying the opposite.
Oh, Jesus. So, relationships are terrifying.
Not dangerous, but like intimidating situation where I did a big train with 23 guys. And there was that many people in the room.
Wait, how does that work?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll give you a bit of backstory.
Yeah, go on.
So I shared my location online. I was like, this is where I'm going to be. Okay. Like, let me pleasure you. And there was a massive queue of like, it went all the way around the corner. Like, people was waiting for over 8 hours.
That's crazy.
And I'd been going from 4 p.m. and this was gone 12 o'clock at night at this point. So I said to the whole queue left, I was like, anyone left? You're all coming in and we're going all at the same time. Like, or you need to go home.
She's a woman of the people, ladies and gentlemen, honestly.
I was like, you're all coming at the same time or like you need to go. And then having that many people in the room at the same time was like intimidating. Like, I'm just there by myself, naked, like, go on, boys. And then like they did steal things after they left.
No way.
Yeah. Like
from your house? Was it from your...
Yeah, I took my phone.
No way.
Yeah, I took my phone and then started to blackmail me over it, saying, oh, you need to give us money or we're going to release content.
Does that not feel quite disrespectful considering you're doing them a service?
Exactly. It's like,
and then they do something so disrespectful.
To you. I've just pleasured you. I've just drained your balls and you just stole my phone.
Do you know what I mean? It's so typical, honestly. I know that your audience and they are the ones that, you can't say too much, but it is so typical.
Sometimes, I'm just like, you've just been in my place. I've invited you in. I've been lovely to you. But then people like scumbags like that, they're always going to exist.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Bonnie Blue and the controversial videos that she are sharing about the men that she's sleeping with and what she thought about marriages and should man cheat if they are not being serviced at home properly. So guys, let's talk about it. This one is so far off the rim that I cannot understand or explain how frustrating it is for another woman to come out and say, if the man is not being satisfied at home, it's okay to go somewhere else and get it. So Bonnie Blue is saying that she serviced 23 guys for free and then she posts the videos to make money off the videos. But guys, some of these are basically kids. They're 18 years old. So if I can look back when I was 18, I was nowhere near mature to make such a big decision of something being on the internet that's it can be life-changing, right? Because at 18, if you just imagine, okay, you just get your license, you're out with your friends, you're just hanging out, you're not thinking about lifelong consequences. And these videos being online, even though they're saying that, okay, if you call and say remove the video, we'll remove it, all it takes is for one person to already have that video download and it will be on the internet for a lifetime. So guys, let's talk. Leave me a comment in my comment section. Let me know what your opinions are. And it was still also to me very shocking that Bonnie Blue mother is saying that she's proud of her. Like, where does parenting start and where does it end? Like, do you not think that you should still be telling her these are still children? Like 18 years old, I was still so immature at 18. Definitely wasn't ready to make life-changing decision. So let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like and comment, and I will come on back at the end of the video and I'll leave you my final thoughts.
Bonnie Blue is going viral for saying that all men should cheat on their wives.
I actually think it makes you a better partner, because then you can come home, deal with your wife's whinging, you can get on with looking after the kids.
Bonnie Blue is quickly becoming one of the most famous adult stars on social media right now, and one of the most problematic. Never one to shy away from a controversial opinion, she recently got a ton of hate after going on the radio and saying that all men should cheat on their wives if they aren't being properly pleasured.
If they're going to work and doing a hard day's shift, they need to be treated, and if the women aren't doing that...
You just think women should service men and it's all about like them being happy when they come home from work.
I think it's fair to say that the female radio host that was present when Bonnie spoke about this was less than impressed with her, calling her advice so ridiculous. Now, I'm all about Bonnie's hustle. She's made a lot of money off of men, and more power to her. But this supposed hot take is just not it. Cheating is one of the most horrible things that you can do to a partner, and encouraging this kind of behavior is just toxic and gross. Plus, since when was prioritizing the needs of men any woman's responsibility? It's 2024, girls. We can do better than that. It looks like Bonnie is quite literally just getting started. So to hear more about the adult star's most controversial moments, make sure to click the link in bio and check out my article.
Hearing all these stories that your daughter is saying.
It's just part of her job. It's her and that's it.
How does it make you feel though?
I'm proud of her. I don't mind.
So even when you hear, you know, that she slept with 158 guys in, was it a week?
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
It's just part of her job and that's it.
So you don't have any kind of, you know, emotional response to it?
No, at first I did, but not anymore.
So you see Bonnie, when you told your parents what you do, how did that conversation go?
I actually didn't tell her. A video got leaked. I would have always told her, but like I'd only just started, so I wasn't ready to explain why I've chose to do this job. And you sort of had Summer explaining it, my sister explaining to my mum.
Right, and how did you react to that?
I was gutted at first. I really was. It was shock. I was really shocked because whatever I thought,
hearing all the,
there's no good having a job where you earn loads of money or then you're miserable. She's happy.
Yeah.
She doesn't work. She works the hours she wants to work, not a 9 to 5. She can work when she wants.
Okay, what boundaries do you have for her? What do you think is something that you're like, okay, Bonnie, you need to stop now?
As long as they're legal, isn't it, Mum?
Yeah, as long as they're legal, it's fine. But I can't stop. Bonnie's going to do what she wants to do. So I'm always there 100% to support her.
And what does your friends think of Bonnie's work?
They're all just as proud as me, you know. They're happy. As long as she's happy, they're happy.
Yeah. Like I always say, my parents like no others. They just want me to be happy. I've not come from a broken family. I don't have daddy issues. Like you can do the job I do because I love sex and come from a completely normal family. And people seem to struggle to understand that. Like just because they've got family issues doesn't mean I have.
And the only people that have got issues, they're just jealous or they've tried it themselves and it's not worked out for them. And
yeah, it's not my fault if other people aren't as hard.
I know a lot of people are going to ask this question, but
yeah,
morally,
Blue and I have been getting a lot of backlash about us doing schoolies and filming with barely legal 18-year-olds. But you're forgetting the key phrase in this, the key term in this phrase, legal. 18 years old, which means that they are old enough to drive a car, they're old enough to drink, they're old enough to vote, and it's, for some reason, people think that they're not old enough or coherent enough to be able to make a decision on who they do not want to be intimate with. Now, we've obviously thought this all through. We have precautions in place. We'll be checking IDs. We've got security there checking IDs too in case there's a fake ID that slips through the cracks or anything like that. We also will have breathalyzers, a police-grade breathalyzer to test their alcohol, to see if they have any alcohol in their system, and if they do, they won't be able to film. We are giving them consent forms to sign, which state that they can withdraw consent at any time. So in 2 years' time, if they decide they don't want that video sold anymore, they can message us and we will take it down. People keep saying, oh, well, what if it was the other way around and if it was a man saying we're going to, do the 18-year-old thing? Well, it would be exactly the same. It's consensual, it's legal. These men, adults, are coming to us willingly. We are not reaching out to them. They are coming to us. So, with that being said, I'll see you on the 18th of November, boys.
Okay, so I'm going to be back in Surfers Paradise in just 3 weeks' time. I want to help celebrate you finishing school, so bring your friends, get me on my knees, and I'll give you a time to remember. Hey boys, if you didn't know, I'm going to be back in Surfers Paradise in just 3 weeks' time. I want to help you and your friends celebrate finishing school, so congratulations boys. Now it's time to get me on my knees. Okay, so the 18th of November, me and Annie Knight are going to be outside the Meriton Surfers Paradise, and we want to pleasure you and help you celebrate finishing school.
And Bonnie have got countless guys lined up, ready to us. Oh, how many shoes are you guys counting? Wait, whoa, these are all the guys. There's more in there as well.
If you don't know who this tramp is, then you're probably not from Knots Freshers. This woman is called Bonnie Blue, and you guessed it, she's an adult star. But adult's a bit touching cloth for her. This is the woman who shared her live location at Nottingham Freshers Week and slept with 122 freshers in 1 week. She's gone on this podcast and said that she makes 500k a month just for doing the deed with people who've not done the deed before, and students and dads. And after she slept with all these freshers, she got her mum to come in and clean it up. And her mum says she is proud of her. I am by no means dissing adult stars. It's your body, get your money's worth. But she has a fixation for freshly turned 18-year-olds. You, my friend, are something that rhymes with Bevo.
Me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama.
As someone who participates in the pornography industry, this is really messed up. You are coercing 18-year-old boys into pornography. And if you're a bunch of men and the roles were reversed and it was a bunch of women being coerced and a bunch of men going down to the Gold Coast for schoolies to coerce young women into pornography, we'd all be up in arms. Just because you're women, it doesn't make it okay. And as a community and as an industry, we really should be doing better and holding each other accountable.
They're coming to me, it's pre-planned. So they've already thought about it beforehand. They have to fill in 2 consent forms. They have to bring ID. So they've already been able to think about it a lot, and they're fully aware. Like, it's not a shock on the day, oh, I'm going to film it. They're aware they need to film it, and it's in a controlled environment. You can't be drinking beforehand. You can't have done drugs. So when you think of a safe environment, it's the security on the door as well. So it's sort of, what about it is unsafe?
I guess it's the knowledge of, how well informed they are. It's the knowledge that this is online forever.
Yeah.
And if they are 18, they've just left school, do they have the maturity to be able to make those kinds of decisions?
Yeah.
Because that is a huge decision. Your sex tape being online for good, and, like, let's be honest, you are earning the money from that.
Yes.
I guess it does beg a kind of power dynamic of are they mature enough to consent to that? I guess that's the big question here.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is with that then, it's if we're saying 18's too young to consent, they need to change the law. Do you know what I mean? Like, if the law's 18, I'm going to abide by it and I'll go for 18. If they change it to 21, I'll up it to 21. So when people have got an issue with that, they're sort of just putting their other problems on me. It's like, if you don't agree with it being 18, go to Parliament, stop, get out my comment section.
Do you rage bait? Because you obviously don't care about the people that aren't subscribing to you in the way that you don't care if they think you're a predator.
Mm-hmm.
So are you trying to wind them up so that your videos get more, get seen by more people?
100%. Half the words I use is because I've seen it in the hate comments. I think I'm going to use that to promote my next video. Like, as soon as I saw the petition, I used that to promote my next OF video. The start of my OF video is a screenshot of the petition saying, hey, come and look at the videos that are trying to get me banned from Australia. So half the things I do, yes, it's marketing, but it is also true.
Do you rage bait?
That lash Grace has got should have been aimed at me. They're annoyed she gave me a platform, but in terms of her interviewing style, it wasn't an interview. It was never meant to be interrogation. She has a podcast where you can share your stories and experiences, which is exactly what I did. And she did not glamorize my job. She allowed me to share my stories. Yes, she found them funny, but it wasn't saying she was finding them funny in a good or bad way. It's just she allowed me to share my background. Also, it just shows how taboo and how uneducated people are. Unless I'm doing something wrong, why are you shaming another influencer for interviewing me? It's trying to say that, okay, I am, bad news. And yes, to some people I am, but you're trying to say it's because I've done something wrong. Women are saying, especially the middle-aged women, are saying like, oh, if I was a guy, this would be so wrong. We were calling me a predator. People are calling me a predator anyway, so it makes no difference if I'm a guy or female, because my hate has been through the roof in terms of death threats and non-stop, abuse. But there's been no uproar for these content creators that sleep with, they market their videos as schoolgirls and they're happy for them to dress up as schoolgirls.
Do you not think there's a bit of a difference though with content that is labelled as schoolgirls? They are they're well-known set-up scenes where it's obviously an adult star that is dressed as a schoolgirl, whereas your situation is actual
it's real
schoolboys.
Yeah, definitely it's like a bit of a difference, but in a way it's worse because when they're doing the adult content ones, which are fake, the schoolgirl most of the time is pretending, oh no, I don't really want it, pretending to be shy. Then you're blurring the consent because it looks like that schoolgirl doesn't want it. Then it leads into a very rough sex scene. Whereas when I'm doing it from the start, they're very clearly consenting, they're very clearly wanting it. So mine's actually a lot better to watch in terms of educational and allows you to understand consent better, as opposed to me dressing up as a schoolgirl, working with someone double my age, and then pretending, oh, I'm this naive, innocent girl that doesn't really want it. Women are saying,
okay, so I've been so busy bonking students, and now it's time for the dads and the older brothers to have a go. So dads, are you ready to bonk me?
Yes.
I am one lucky girl.
You think it's okay that men cheat on their wives with you?
100%.
Why?
Because women are lazy. If you ask the average person, when's the last time your wife went down on him? They're going to say it was ages ago. The other thing with women, they want women rights and they want things equal. But then they're the ones that want the bills to be paid for. They expect their guy to go and earn more money than them. Then they also want the guy to come home, clean the house, look after the kids. So it's like you can't expect someone to do all of that. And then you're not even going to do the bare minimum, which is go down on them. So when they're not doing that, I offer it free.
Do you think that's okay?
Well, yeah, it's a service they deserve.
So do you think that you're saving marriages by sucking cocks?
Yeah, because then they're not having like an affair, like an emotional connection with someone.
Well, it is an affair though, isn't it, really? Would you cheat in a relationship?
Possibly. These husbands are telling their wife, like, I'm not happy with how things are in the bedroom. Guarantee you those wives are just going to kick off. Like, they don't ever take any criticism well.
Do you think?
I had no idea who Bonnie Blue was until last night. I've been seeing all the videos about her being on GK Barry's podcast, and I thought, I need to look into her, I need to see what she does. I was gobsmacked. This is no shade at what she does. She is in the adult industry. However you want to get your money, you get your money. Whatever, no judgment. What I do find absolutely diabolical is the way she talks about barely legal teens that she does whatever she does with. She films them and then she profits from them. And the reason I think it's so disgusting is because if this was a man saying the same thing as what she's saying, the way he would be treated, he would have ended up on a register. You know what register I'm talking about. I don't know how much I can say on TikTok, but if a man was going to college halls, letting young girls know that he was going to be there, having them lining up outside his room, calling them barely legal teens, profiting, them signing away their rights to do whatever they're going to do, and it'd be posted all over the internet, these barely legal teens. Can you imagine what would happen to that man? Now, first of all, these barely legal teens, they probably are going to highly regret being filmed one day, because it's all going to be all over the internet. So that firstly is disgusting. Secondly, if this was a man going to college halls and doing whatever she's doing with them, with girls that were barely legal teens, can you imagine the scrutiny and what he would get from saying that? That's my point. I just find the whole thing very disturbing and disgusting.
Has everyone seen what's been popping up on TikTok this week with Bonnie Blue?
How could you miss it?
It's predatory. Let's call it what it is. Like going after the youngest group of people in a demographic that you can have access to. Also, every time she says barely legal teens, it's this kind of vultureness that if the roles were reversed and it was a man only seeking young women, I think that's why people are furious about it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's so valid.
I think the issue with especially having lads around this age is that it's such an impressionable time in their life where they're forming thoughts, opinions about sex, about women.
Yeah.
And I think going for them at this age is going to affect the trajectory of how they view women for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
There was a quote, and I'm going to read it out because it's a bit shocking. I loved it. They loved it, and it made me rich. They're holding their IDs up. They're shaking. I can understand why they'd be nervous. They don't know me. They've just queued up for 8 hours on end. All they know is I'm videoing it, and they don't know what to expect. Getting a bag off taking people's virginity, people that are not that comfortable with what they're doing, and they're too young to know.
In one of those queues, there was a father and a son waiting in line, and then also finding out that her dad knows what she does, like Bonnie Blue's dad knows, and he actually hands out flyers, so you're basically enjoying what your daughter is doing.
Her mum helps clean up the mess.
Yeah, goodbye.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bonked in one day?
22.
So, Bonnie, you've been everywhere in the media lately for
Yes.
bonking men for free.
Mhm.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bonked in one day?
22. That was at spring break.
Wow.
That was
okay.
a sore night, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say, that's exhausting. So can you talk us
Yeah.
through that? Like, what happened? How was that set up?
Yeah, so I basically shared my hotel room online.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, this is the room I'm staying in. Like, just come and queue up. And I'll see as many of you as possible, like, whilst I'm here. Because when I went to spring break, loads of guys was like, oh, I've messaged you to film with you. And I couldn't get through, like, all of the messages. Like,
Yeah.
And I've said before, like, I've only got so many holes and so much time. Like, I physically could not film with everyone I wanted to.
Mhm.
So on the last night, I was like, right, I'll just let them queue up. I'll just go one after the other.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did.
And so how long from start to finish did that all take?
So I think I put the post at about 6 p.m. their time, and like we finished, it must have been like 4 or 5 a.m.
What? That's insane.
And it was so funny because like during the videos, you hear people knocking on the door, like you hear like other groups of lads outside
waiting.
Yeah.
Was there like a queue outside the hotel
Yeah.
room? Was the hotel like, what the f***'s going on here?
That's what I was going to
I
say.
don't think they clicked on, and because it was spring break, the hotel's honestly
Oh.
disgusting. Like her room didn't get clean once. The food was vile. Like I don't think
Yeah.
me entertaining the guys in my bedroom was their biggest concern. It was
Yeah.
probably the cockroaches and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
It was
Yeah.
disgusting.
The Bonnie. If you've been seeing loads of videos on your TikTok about Bonnie Blue and you don't know who the hell she is, I'm going to tell you. So you may have seen recently that Bonnie Blue was a guest on Grace Barry's podcast. Grace has been taking a lot of heat from commenters asking why the hell she even hosted Bonnie Blue. A lot of people disagree with what Bonnie Blue does, but also that Grace didn't challenge her on any of her points. So Bonnie Blue is a successful OnlyFans creator and Bonnie Blue is her stage name. I need to also caveat this by saying sex work is work. So Bonnie Blue started her career with her ex-husband. They were together for a decade and they started making OnlyFans content. Bonnie then ended the relationship. The reason people appear to have a problem with Bonnie Blue is because she sleeps with young, impressionable boys. She says that she has carved out a niche in the market where she sleeps with students, or schoolies as they are called in Australia. Bonnie will reveal her location and allow students to sleep with her for free, but in exchange, she is allowed to film it and use the content on her OnlyFans. People are saying that she is taking advantage of the young boys who don't know any better. Bonnie is saying that she is teaching them about safe sex. Although people are coming for Grace for having Bonnie on her podcast, Bonnie knows exactly what she's doing and it's working. She's been super controversial, saying that women should please their men, or if they don't, they can expect their men to cheat. This is obviously going to cause a reaction and create conversation around Bonnie Blue, which will further boost her profile. Bonnie has also said that as well as sleeping with students, she will also sleep with their dads. Apparently, according to her, a lot of fathers hear about what's going on and want to join in on the action. Bonnie has also said that when students sleep with her, they have to bring ID and sign a consent form. A lot of people are arguing that because these boys are so young, they don't really understand their digital footprint, and this recording of them and Bonnie will last forever. A lot of people are also saying that Bonnie is exploiting these boys by making money off of them. She herself has said she has made millions of pounds. Bonnie has said the biggest amount of hate she gets is from middle-aged women who wish they could be her. There's no denying she is incredibly attractive, but she's also obviously very smart. Courting controversy, and it's working. So far, Grace Barry hasn't commented on the backlash, but lots of people are now talking.
Okay, so we all know how busy I've been with students, dads and husbands. So it's about time I get an extra pair of helping hands and whole. So she's well known from Love Island, very hot, and she's going to be joining me in my next video. Any guesses? Okay, so that guy looked so sweet and innocent, and as soon as we got to the bedroom, completely different. He has left a very good handprint mark on my arse, and I'm just so excited to share the videos with you all. I made a quick stop at a building site because these builders caught my eye on my way to Cambridge University, and my gosh, they're hot, but fuck, this is gonna be one messy scene, like. Look how many men I've got queuing up today. I am one lucky girl. I've gone straight from students all the way to dads and their older brothers. So we all know I've been very busy bonking students, but the other day I visited a building site and let 6 builders, well, rebuild me, and I cannot wait for you to see it. That's going to be out this week. Okay, excuse the pajamas, but the video with me, Lily, and 23 boys is out now, so enjoy watching it. Boys, schoolie starts on the 16th of November, and I'm going to be in Surfers Paradise for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of fun, and I cannot wait. Dads, I have not forgotten about you. I am heading back to London, and I'm going to be there for the next few days, and I cannot wait for you to get me on my knees. Okay, boys, here's the update. I slept with 37 uni students in one night,
I took virginities. I took 23 guys in one go, and my gosh, I enjoyed it.
Update of the day. Today was so much fun. I didn't sleep with 28, but I did sleep with 24. So I'd say that's pretty impressive, wouldn't you?
Okay, so I thought I'd give you an update. I took 37 uni students in one night. I let 23 boys go at the same time. I took virginities. I even had some extra holes to help me. Okay, so we've snuck off to the toilets and we want to see how many we can bonk at half time.
We've got 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, 3 minutes till half time, and then we've got 15 minutes. So I don't know, it depends how long they're gonna last.
Wish us luck.
So guys, what are your thoughts after watching the video? I feel so on edge with this one because at 18 I just cannot wrap my head around somebody making money off you being on tape, because these videos she's saying she make $500,000 for the month, right? So that's $500,000 that she make off videotaping these 18-year-old boys and men or husbands, whoever she's taking videos off to post on OnlyFans or wherever else she posts them. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I find it very disturbing, and I find it really strange that you keep referring to their age and that they're barely legal and stuff like that. But guys, we got to talk to our children more. We got to keep being in their ears and remind them, don't forget to have morals, because morals over everything. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.